Hi, I'm Francesca Fuentes. I am a singer-songwriter from West Long Branch, New Jersey, which is actually about 15 minutes from Asbury Park, which is an iconic music town in New Jersey. So there is a really big scene there. And I am really thrilled to be visiting Pittsburgh for the Blossom Sessions. So this song, Rock With Me, was inspired by a real-life dating experience. Much like my other tunes, they are mostly about my real life. And I'm not really ashamed of saying that. I wrote this song in 2017. So the song came from a relationship that I thought was going to grow into something deeper, and it didn't, and I was quite disappointed. So I remember being in the shower and feeling very frustrated, and I don't remember if I was crying, but I remember just like kind of taking a deep breath, and then all of a sudden this melody came to me, and it was like, rock with me, baby. Like the chorus basis just came right in that moment. And some of the song does talk about the other side, like the other person in the song. You could tell that there's some mental health issues going on. So, but the song is kind of me saying like, hey, like I love you. Like you don't need to worry about that. But obviously, you know, I feel like as I've grown up, you know, the song was written in 2017. So I feel like, you know, I'm 26 now. So I was only a baby lamb when I wrote that. I was only 19. And I didn't actually know anything about love. I probably didn't even know enough about this person to think in my head that I was in love with this person. But I think that some of the lyrics feel a little bit juvenile at times. Like I feel a little insecure about some of the things that I'm saying because I can recognize my slight immaturity. So I feel like as a grown woman now, reflecting on the lyrics is quite sometimes difficult for me, but at the same time, I can recognize how I've grown. So I don't think that it's a bad idea to look at that. And because sometimes, you know, we want to erase history and we want to pretend like we were never immature, we never made mistakes. But I think that it's worth it. Yes, actually, I have two versions of these lyrics in the chorus. The first original version was, I will kiss you on your clover, with me you can be sober. And then the second version that ended up being the song was, I will kiss you all over, with me you can be sober. And the reason I changed it was because I felt like the original lyric was a little bit too personal to me. I wasn't too concerned about it being revealing. Basically, the clover, the person that I was dating had this gorgeous four-leaf clover tattoo, and I remember seeing it and feeling just really connected to it because it was like a part of him. And I put that in the song, and I originally really liked that, and I wasn't really afraid of, you know, my peers hearing that, because I think vulnerability is really important in songwriting or in art. You can't be any good without being vulnerable. So that wasn't really the concern. I changed it because I felt like it would be more relatable to people who didn't know me and didn't know the story of the song. I felt like, you know, a lot of people would listen to that lyric and be like, what is she talking about? Because you really wouldn't know. But I think that the lyric still holds really true to me because clovers started seeping their way into the Francesca Fuentes world. There are hidden clovers in a lot of my music videos, my album covers. There's like sometimes fours around because four leaves. So I do a lot of Easter eggs with them. And I really forget why they're there. Like I said earlier, I feel like I forget why I wrote this song, but revisiting the story kind of brings me back to why I wrote it, and I feel really proud of it. So I think the clovers belong with me forever. I definitely think sensual is the first word, and then perhaps romantic, because I think that the lyrics have a little bit of a double meaning. A lot of people assume that the lyrics are referencing more like to a intimate encounter, but I think that for me, in the moment of writing it, I really meant it in like, I want to be with you. So I think sensual and romantic. I think that Rock With Me was the start of my professional songwriting endeavors. I began kind of after this song, a bunch of other songs came, like Jealousy and PTL and Mr. McLean, and all these like jazzy pop tunes just started happening. And that shaped my debut album, which got trapped on a hard drive for 4 years. So I'm opening the vault right now for this song. But I think that this song was the start of all of that. And I'm really happy about that. I think that it also visually fits in because, like I was explaining before, I feel like Francesca Fuentes has a lot of greens and growing grass and clovers and stuff kind of started visually happening. And then also I write a lot about relationships and love, and this song encapsulates that for sure. Oh, I like this question. I think that I want people to understand me a little bit more with my songs. Sometimes I've always felt a little bit misunderstood, like, who does that girl think she is writing these things? But that could just be an insecurity in my mind. But I definitely want people to kind of relate to the desire of wanting to be with someone. And I also think that I want people to kind of see what I lost. This song, when I produced it with my former partner, we just really like worked super hard on the recording, and I remember feeling super confident about the production and kind of telling him I want this and I want that, and it just all came together exactly how I imagined it. So I think that giving people a piece of something that I lost that is now finally mine again will help people understand my story better.